Hello everybody, this is Jack, and this is Live with Jack Stevenson, and that's me, Jack. So let's get started. Just listen. So, now that you've heard it, let's take a look at the song that I just played. And as you can see here, it's number 1, and it's in Do major, and it's constructed in a very specific way. First, it's all seconds, because the first lessons we do in a Dalcroze education is that we teach the major and minor second, or the major minor dyad. Some people call them dichords, but I happen to use the word dyad. You could use it any way you want to. So we have this do, si, la, sol, fa, sol, la. There we have a nice little pattern, descend, ascend, then si, la, sol, fa, mi, fa, sol, descend, ascend, and then la, sol, fa, mi, re, mi, fa. Notice it's a sequence. It's a pattern, repeated, step lower, one step lower, and then sol, sol, la, si. It ends here on the dominant. Or, well, it's the leading tone, but we have a dominant harmony here. So we feel strongly that here we're halfway through, you see. Then it repeats itself exactly, but sol, la, si, do. We have this sense of, instead of landing on the si, we're going to land on the do and give ourselves the sense that, we've arrived back home. So this is really a scale passage that goes down and it comes up to the end. And so it's a descending scale passage, which is really nice, different. Usually we always start scales from the bottom note to the top note, but I like to mix that up a lot. So that's why number 1 in my book here is a descending scale passage. And it's in C major, and it's all steps. So it's written specifically for the sake that we're teaching steps, and we're teaching Do major, and we're teaching structure. We have a sequence, a pattern and a sequence to follow, which makes it very easy to remember. So we want melodies that we're going to teach children right at the beginning, or even adults actually, things that they'll remember quickly so that they could quickly pull it into their oral memory. If you notice here, I have a Roman numeral 1 in the score, telling me that, telling the teacher, really, we're going to start here as tonic. Okay, so what can we do then? We can sing this song 1 7 6 5 4 5 6 7 6 5 4 3 4 5 6 5 4 3 2 3 4 5 5 6 7. And so that's probably what I'd ask the students to do first, because the first thing I really want to teach when I'm teaching a key, and we're teaching Do major, and we're going to stay there a long time, the first thing I want them to get is the fact that we are getting the functions. What are the functions? What's 1 7 6 7 1? Now, we can do all sorts of wonderful activities, stepping in a line, going back and forth as we sing the melody, so that we get the fact that it's going down and then it's coming up, and so that we want to understand direction, so we can create activities that demonstrate where the direction of the melody, going up and down, or left and right, whichever way you want to teach it. And then we want to also get a sense of, it's repeated. The pattern is repeated somehow. So perhaps person A could do the first measure, person B would do the second measure, person C would do the third measure, and we all do the cadence to the dominant. So that's another way of structuring it so that we get a sense of what the form is. And then we can repeat that again. So now we're kind of getting in our head how it's shaped. We can step the patterns, and then we can sing them. And I actually, people say, well, they're not going to get this. No, they're not going to. We're going to memorize that it's 1 7 6 5 4 5 6. Do it again. 1 7 6 5 4 5. I'm going to make sure they can place that number with that specific sound. And so eventually this will turn into a physical sensation where we sense what 4 is, what 5 is, what 1 is. And I try not to separate out from the scale. I'm always teaching in the context of the scale, because the scale is at the root of everything we do in Dalcroze solfège. In Dalcroze theory is completely based on the major and minor scales. Everything is on the scale. Okay, so now that we have the scale sort of in our mind, more importantly in our ear, and most importantly in our body, we can start breaking it down into its smaller components. And those are, at this point, because we're at the beginning, the dyads. So we have a major dyad with the fingers open, minor dyad with the fingers closed, as I have illustrated in the textbook there. So we could sing and make up melodies using these. So we call this 1 2 2 1 1 2 2 2 1 1. Now let's call this 3. And if we can go to 3 up, we're going to go to 4, and it must close. 3 4, because that distance is what we call the minor dyad, or the half step. 3 4 4 3 3 2 3 2 2 1 2 2 1. And so we can invent little two pitch melodies and have them sing them, and have them make up their own. Come to the front of the class and have them do their own melodies and have the students sing back. It's a lot of fun. Students really love being the teacher, and this is a great activity that allows them to do that. Now, the next step, after we've done using the fingers and improvised and did various activities with it, and in the meantime, we've been learning rhythm, and we've been learning the patterns, the Greek modes. Anapestic, Dactylic, I am. So we've been learning those and working with those. Maybe not all of them, but if you look here at the book, textbook again, here I am in these exercises where I'm using the Roman numbers. You see, 1 and 2 I'm working on, but I have them with the rhythm. So the rhythm you have, and we can do the rhythm first. Anapestic, Anapestic, Dactylic, Anapestic, etc. And so then 1 1 2 2 2 1 1 2 2 2 2 1. Now I can teach this first by the hand signs. I can teach them and get them to memorize this, and then open the book, and then, or have this on the board, and then we can see 1 1 2. We have 1 go 1, and then we sing 2 for 2 beats. So we're putting the rhythm with the melody, and we've been doing it all along, but now we're actually going to be seeing it. So I have it learned first, though, before I look at it, because the music, as much as possible, is the roadmap of where we've been, not where we're going. The music, when you pull out the music and show the music in the classroom, that is already what we've done. So every time you go to the board, every time you hand out a piece of paper, you think to yourself, have they done this? Is this something they have completely experienced already before I show them the paper, before I present the theory? So here we have, and then the rhythm, Anapestic and Dactylic. And then we have this sort of 4 quarter notes. Now, this is really a tetrabroch, these 4 quarter notes, which if you want to learn all about the Greek modes, I already have 2 videos on YouTube, and I'll put them here, and you can click on them to watch those, and it'll teach you everything about the basics and what the rationale behind the patterns really is. It's not a rhythm reading methodology at all. It can be used that way in limited ways, like we're doing right now, but it's not really designed to use for reading rhythm, like ti-ti-ta and all those things. I love using the patterns because it makes my eye see things in groups. This is an anapestic pattern, here's a dactyl, and then here's an anapestic again. My eye sees them in groups, and so that my eye travels across the page instead of just going ta, 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 or noir, noir, blanche, noir, noir, blanche. That noir, noir, blanche thing, Mademoiselle Lucy told me once upon a time, she said he hated that. He hated that. And why? Because it made the student read 1 note at a time. So ti-ti-ta is the same thing. You're reading 1 note at a time. But if you look at the pattern, you can see, if I can say dactyl, I can see the pattern's names. And I can read, and my eye gets used to traveling ahead. Now, here we have this, so we could sing these melodies, and here's on 1 and 2, here's on 3 and 2, over here is 1 and 7. 1, 1, set, 1, 1, I'm sorry, 1, 1, set, 1, 1, set, 1, 1, set, set, 1. There we have, then we could learn that one. So they every step, so I have melodies, 2-note melodies, all written out in function. Okay, so for now we're going to stop because it's already a lot of stuff that we've covered, and I don't want to make these videos too long. I want to keep them under 15 minutes and perhaps even a little shorter than that. And I would ask that if you will, please like the video and please subscribe. It really helps if you subscribe and you like the video. It helps to get the message out and let other people learn about this Dalcroze stuff, which is pretty unique stuff. And the solfège is that area that is not nearly as popular or as well known as the eurythmics part and improv. So help me spread this word and help me teach people that there's more to Dalcroze education than just the eurythmics and improv. So I thank you, and we'll see you again soon.